Well, everybody, it's my favorite time of year again, mower tune-up season. So what we're going to do today is we're going to change the oil, check the air filter, possibly change it after a season. I'm sure it's a little dirty, and we're going to sharpen the blades. Let's go dig it out. So we're going to open the shed. This is what I'm looking at. Get the grill out of the way. So if you have a tamper, I like to use this to kind of prop it open. It's the proper way to prop a door. Proudly brought to you by Fireball. Oh yeah, it's good stuff. Pure 100% Kentucky bluegrass. And a little bit of creeping red fescue. There she is, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. The Honda GCV 160. All right, let's put her on some cardboard. First step in tuning it up is we're going to turn the fuel off. So if you have a modern mower, there's going to be a little petcock here. It's basically just a shut-off valve for the fuel. And the valve's vertical, opposite of what the line is here. That means it's off. That's in line with the fuel. That's on. We're going to turn that off, and then we're going to tilt the mower. Pretty clean. You could tell that I didn't clean it after my last mow last year. A lot of rust. Not looking good, but that edge isn't too bad. It's actually pretty sharp still. So I'm going to grab a socket and we're going to remove these two. That looks a little bigger than a 1/2 inch. Maybe it's a 9/16. Perfect. Well, that could be a problem. Where'd all my ratchets go? Oh my goodness. All right, give me a sec. So I went to go get my socket set and all my ratchets are gone. I'm left with this 1/4 inch ratchet, and that's not gonna break those bolts loose. So take a I don't know what you'd call it, some sort of lubricant or catalyst to break apart any rust that may have set up over the winter. And if you're on your patio or something that you don't want to get stained, have a little bit of cardboard available. We're just going to spray a little bit of this product, PB Blaster. Love it. And so what you essentially do is you just kind of spray it, give it a little knock, wait a little bit. We don't have that much time, so I'm just going to go for it. I guess one concern I have is this petroleum-based product on my mower blades, cutting the grass. Oil and grass don't mix, and I'm a turf nerd. So, you know. So since this is a dual blade mower, it'd be a good idea to take a picture of how this is arranged, because each blade is different than the other, and there's no indication of the rotation or anything on any of this. I know this girl like the back of my hand. I do, I love it. It's a really nice mower. Can't go wrong with a Honda. So we got the blades removed. Just make note of which way it goes. I'm not an engineer, so I can't explain why they designed it this way. So our first step is we're going to take an angle grinder and sort of hone these edges. So follow me. Wear your safety glasses. And if you have an angle grinder, you're just gonna, I might touch that rust on the bottom with this, but really you just kind of want to follow that. What's my angle?
Yeah.
I'm sure there is like a 54.5. I don't know.
Okay.
It takes a lot of muscle memory. You don't want to dig too much to where you interrupt this side. So we're just going to kind of keep it straight. Less is more. Does that make sense? We're basically just cleaning up the surface. Eventually we'll get to the point where we can scrape our fingernail on the back, and when nail comes off, that's how you know it's sharp. See that?
Well, okay, it looks like it's sharp.
It is, but it's dirty.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, son.
I'm not just gonna leave this looking like that.
All right.
So what I like to do, you take a metal cutoff wheel on your angle grinder, and you could do it with a file, but definitely use an angle grinder. It'll make, or even a benchtop grinder will make quicker work of this. With a carborundum cutoff wheel, anything designed for metal. So once you have this metal cutoff wheel on your angle grinder, you basically just kind of want to skirt the surface of this, cleaning off any surface rust. We'll go back and fine tune with the file in a little bit. Can you see that nice edge? Nice and clean. We cleaned up the rust, the old gunk.
At what point do you know you need to replace it?
I mean, it's metal. You can go forever until there's just a little sliver and everything's ground down. It's one of those things that you could just buy a new set for $25, but why buy it if you have the tools? Well, it's also less stuff in the landfill. That's pretty sharp. See that? So onto the other side. The trick is to be delicate. Watch your angle. You don't want to go too sharp because it's going to dig in too much. But see, it's not scraping my nail as much as it was on this side. So what we'll do is try this side now. Kind of dull in some spots. These blades are, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 seasons, but they're still really nice. It's because I haven't hit any rocks or water mains. I let it sit for too long right there, and you could see a little bit. You see that line? Mm-hmm. That's from letting the grinder sit for too long. My knees are sitting for too long.
Okay.
So it's flat and then it curves. We want flat. Look at this end. And this, I mean, you just basically do the best you can. You'll know when it's sharp. This feels sharp, this feels a little dull. So you just kind of work a little bit more. Oh yeah, let's try a couple more passes on the top side of the blade. Give this a nail test. Oh yeah. Yeah, a little dull in the middle, sharp on the ends. Get a couple more passes here. Should shave like Parmesan cheese. Much better. You can feel it. It bites in. All right. Onto our second set of blades. I mean, that's good enough. A true connoisseur will also tell you you should only sharpen one side. I don't agree with that. But those are sharp. Okay, we got one more step left in the sharpening. So now that the bulk of the sharpening has been done with the angle grinder, we're just gonna take a file and just sort of deburr a little bit. Just sort of run the file over the edge there a little bit. You hear it kind of smoothing out. Just do a quick couple passes on the back side here. You're gonna wanna get every surface, and you'll feel like it's a little rough. It's rough and therapeutic all at the same time. And again, the reason we're sharpening the blades is they become dull over time. And as it's cutting your grass, it's, rather than cutting it, it's tearing the blade. And it'll cause your grass to turn brown and become dormant in the hot months. And it's just not a healthy practice.
How often would you sharpen it? Once a season?
Once a season's plenty. I mean, when we worked at the golf course, we being me and me, even our real mowers for the greens, they'd get sharpened every other week or so.
Did they?
Yeah, it wasn't after every mow. It's not like I was working at Augusta or anything, no. But as you run your file, you can feel like a little resistance in spots. And that's what we're looking for, is to file those burrs down. You just kind of keep it at a similar angle.
It's okay to go both directions.
It is. Okay, we got these sharpened. Pretty simple. Now, you took a picture, right? It really only goes in one direction. Say you're questioning, oh, did I get this right? It will not mount this way. I suppose it will, but it's not gonna sit right. So you flip it and you're like, oh, is this going in the wrong direction? So you go this way and it's still the same. So now that we're gonna thread these in, Honda has the best engineers. So I'm gonna tighten this, and once the blades are secure, stay tuned and we will be changing the oil next. Don't worry about torque specifications, just give it your college best.